All praises to Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai Bahasham Wawakakwadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone. Salutations to all you true sincere brethren out there pushing out this purified truth, cleansing this wicked defiled kingdom with this word, and to the rest of the church who believe as well. The water to Yahweh Shai, because without him, none of this would even be possible. All right. So I like to jump right into the scriptures. Micah 2:10. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you, even with a sore destruction. So America is not your rest. Europe is not your rest. Africa is not your rest. It's not just here in Babylon. No matter where you are on this world, if you're an Israelite, this is not your rest. And the reason why I say that is because Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, put us in captivity all throughout the world. So wherever we may be scattered, typically this is not our rest. But especially you Israelites here in Babylon, this is not your rest. And it's evident. Here in Babylon, you have men on child support who even try to take care of their children. Okay? But they're suffering child support. And that money, a lot of times, is not even going to the child or the children. It's going to the mother or the mother's new husband. Okay? These are the kind of things that show you this is not our rest. The fact that you have to go to work. Some people have to wake up 5 in the morning and don't come home till 7 in the evening. I know all about that. Okay? You have those who have to work late shift. Whenever you have to go to work, the fact that you have to go to work shows that this is not your rest. Because there's plenty of times, okay, where you as a person, you may have gotten up out of bed with a desire to want to stay in bed, but this is not your rest. This place is really set up to destroy you as a Israelite. It's already destroyed you according to, matter of fact, let's just pull it up and I'll jump back to this. Okay? We're going to jump to the book of Hosea 4, and this is verse 6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. So here in this society, our people have been destroyed for a lack of knowledge. So this place will surely destroy you, because when you go to the legislation, when you're dealing with the school system, when you're dealing with the court system, okay, everything is set up to feed you lies. Everything in this society has been set up with a loophole. But the truth is the truth. So if you're not being fed your heritage, if you're not being fed the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, you're destroyed. And America and other parts of the world have done a very good job not feeding our people this truth, this knowledge. So by default, they're destroyed. And even myself, I was once destroyed. My people, being Israelites, are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me. Seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy God, I will also forget thy children. So when the times come and the Heavenly Father brings judgment, not only is he not going to fight for you, he's not even going to fight for your children, the ones you claim to love so much. Okay, but if you really loved your children, you would teach this truth as an Israelite man. And if you're not teaching this truth, you would teach your children who they are. Let them know that they're Israelites. Let them know right from wrong. If you loved your children. Loving your child isn't taking them to Disney World every other month. Loving your child isn't feeding them junk food and candy all day long just because they want it. Okay? Our people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. So let's jump back to Micah 2:10. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted, it shall destroy you. So this place is polluted, and one way is the fact that it lacks the knowledge of the truth, the knowledge of the scriptures. It's polluted. It's polluted because the water is polluted, the food is polluted, women are polluted, Okay? Men are polluted. Everything is messed up and defiled in this kingdom. Okay? Everything. And the only thing that you can really dwell upon that makes you happy, in reality, is the truth. Knowing that we have a kingdom coming to us. Although we suffer now, although we go through hardships now, we know that at the end of all this, eventually we're going to receive a marvelous and glorious kingdom. Okay? So this isn't our rest. This is not the time for us to be in that jolly spirit. And many of you may get offended at us because you may think we're trying to be downers. We're trying to depress you and make your life worse. No, we're only telling you the truth. Okay? If this was the time to rejoice, it would be evident, but evidently it's not. And even if you are an Israelite who's doing better than others, you should still be hurt at the fact that your people are being gunned down in the streets by the police. Your people are being gunned down in the streets by our own people, and nobody cares. You should be dead, or you should be dead set angry that if you have an animal and you're walking your animal, and let's say something happens to you and your animal would receive more compassion than you would, being 3/5 of a man according to the American Constitution, which has not been changed to this day. Okay? So that means, according to Esau, you're only 60% of a man, which would have to make you 40% what? Slave. So this is not our rest. Okay? This is really not our rest. This is not the time for us to be in that club spirit, to be going out, you know, trying to drink away your problems, and then when you go home and everything's done, and when you have your hangover, all your misery and all your guilt just comes right back to you. We're not going to get true rest until the kingdom is established, which is coming very soon. And that's why we're doing these videos, because we know in the spirit something is about to happen. So the Lord is intensifying not only the prophecies, but he's increasing his men to push more videos. Hosea 9:1, rejoice not, O Israel, for joy as other people, for thou hast gone a whoring from thy God, thou hast loved a reward upon every corn floor. And our people love going to these heathens, more so Esau, to receive a reward. Because you can cast off your heritage and you feel like this is a burden unto you, so you call yourself an African American. So you eat pork because you love it so much. You eat certain unlawful foods because of your lust and your desire for it. You having adulterous relationships because of your desires. Okay, your desires are going to get you killed. We are not in a time to be rejoicing. Our people are very sick mentally, which really goes to spiritually, mentally, and physically. Our people are totally destroyed, and that's why we need Yahweh Shai badly, man. I need Yahweh Shai badly. I do this work in hopes that I can receive salvation. I can't save any of you people out there. I can't save any of my brothers. The only thing that I can do is do the best that I can to feed you people. And Lord willing, if you're of the elect, okay, I could be a help unto you, okay? Hosea 9:1, rejoice not, O Israel, for joy as other people, for thou hast gone a whoring from thy God. So you serving other idols is compared to you having a wife and she's getting with another man. The Heavenly Father is a very jealous power, and the scriptures tell you about the jealousy of a man. That's why us as men, we have that jealous spirit when your woman may be eyeing some other man, or you think she is. That pisses you off. So how much more for her to leave you and go to another man? Even if she wanted to stay with you, but still went to another man. Either way it goes, serving other idols has caused us to be spiritual harlots. Because a man can't be a whore. But anytime the scriptures are speaking of a whore or a harlot, a hoe, he compares it to a woman. That's the only way a man can be called a whore, is if he's compared to a woman in a sense of serving other gods outside of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, getting into idol worship. And that includes getting into other philosophies, other false doctrines that don't add up to the scriptures. Okay? Rejoice not, O Israel, for joy as other people. And who are the other people? That's these nations, the heathen. That's going for Ishmael, Ammon, Moab. Like it doesn't matter who. But primarily, it's Edom. Okay? For thou hast gone a whoring from thy God. Thou hast loved a reward upon every corn floor. So just like a hoe, okay, we've gone a whoring to other doctrines because of the benefits. Okay? A lot of us have felt like, well, this truth is a burden. So we might as well cast off our ways, okay, and do as the heathen do. That's how our people feel. That's how our people think. Okay? So let's jump to the book of Ecclesiastes. This is the book of Ecclesiastes 3 and verse 1. To everything there is a season, and a time to every purpose under the heaven. So there is a time and a purpose for everything under the heaven. Now, seeing that this is not our rest, evidently this is not the season to be rejoicing. This is not the season to be throwing Israelite parties. This ain't the season to be really partying at all. Does that mean you can't do things to enjoy yourself? That's not what I'm saying. I'm not here to afflict you in terms of making your life harder, but through advice, although to be rejoicing and being in that party spirit may not necessarily be a sin, but it can be detrimental unto you. Okay? It can get you caught up in a lot of snares and traps. So really being focused, being serious-minded, not saying you don't have a sense of humor or I don't have a sense of humor. That's not what I mean. But being serious-minded, being focused, you'll be prepared when things start to increase and intensify, because the scriptures tell you how Yahweh Shai is going to return like a thief in the night. But when that happens, that is going to be for those in the world who are not looking, who are not prepared or aware. But when the Lord returns for us, it's not going to be as a thief in the night. It is going to be as one who opens up the door for the Lord. Like we've been waiting for you. Or not opens the door, but we have the door unlocked for the thief to come in. Because we're looking forward to Yahweh Shai coming. Okay? We're looking forward to these things. But there is a time and a place for everything. And we're not in the time to be rejoicing. We're not in the place to be rejoicing. And that place being Esau's world, which means no matter where you are on this earth as an Israelite, this is not your rest. Okay? Ecclesiastes 3 and 1, to everything there is a season and time to every purpose under the heaven. Okay? So we're in a time of war, not peace. Destruction is coming, not peace. We're in the time of the Lord waking his elect back up, so he can do some damage to this place as he's been waiting on. Okay? So there is a time and a place for everything. And we're coming into the time of fierce judgment. Then, when all hell breaks loose and the Lord starts to bring this place down and we see the downfall of our enemies, then we can rejoice. But we're not in that time of rejoicing. But we're soon to come into that time of rejoicing, Israel. So let's jump to the book of Psalms. This is Psalms 137. 137 and 8. O daughter of Babylon, which is America. America is the daughter of Babylon. Who art to be destroyed? Why? Well, guess what? Babylon has destroyed us, the Israelites. Okay? Since we've been in this place, our people have no knowledge. So they're destroyed. Since we've been in this place, our people are totally okay with eating abominable foods and doing just wickedness throughout their day and their life in front of the eyes of the Lord, and have no care, have no sense of discernment to know right from wrong. Okay? So America, you have to be destroyed, which includes you Edomites, because you're the one in power. You're the one that controls this harlot, this hoe. O daughter of Babylon, who art to be destroyed, happy shall he be that rewardeth thee as thou hast served us. Okay? So once this place goes down, the Heavenly Father is going to be rejoicing. Yahweh Shai is going to be rejoicing. The holy angels are going to be rejoicing. And that includes the holy angels here on this earth, man. All right? The elect. All right? Who are angels in the flesh. Okay? So we're going to rejoice once this place is destroyed. But this place hasn't been destroyed yet. So this is not our time to be rejoicing. Just like Hosea 9:1 goes into. O daughter of Babylon, who art to be destroyed. So you're destined to be destroyed, America. So if you're calling yourself a so-called American and you have pride in that, we'll see. Okay, we'll see how prideful you are when being a so-called American is going to be damn near, well, really worse than being a Christian in some of them places out in the East. Okay? Verse 9, happy shall he be that taketh and dasheth thy little ones against the stones. So just like these devils did to our children back in the days of slavery, would take a pregnant Israelite woman, cut her stomach open, rip the baby out, and bash it against the stone, and its guts and its brains would be everywhere, and we would have to just deal with that. So we're going to be happy to do that back to you. And the Lord's going to put it in our memory, in our thoughts, all the wickedness and evil that you devils have done unto us since we've been here in Babylon. Okay, you have to pay for your crimes because you are of your forefathers. So that's why we're going to rejoice. So you might look at us as being terrorists or whatever the case may be, but we're not terrorists at all. We're just following after the ways of the one who made even you. Okay? Happy shall he be that taketh and dasheth thy little ones against the stones. So the time is going to come where we are going to be happy. But at this present time, the elect are sighing and crying. Matter of fact, let me get that. Okay? This is Ezekiel. This is Ezekiel 9:4. And the Lord said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry, for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. So the elect are going to receive that seal, to be sealed from judgment. Okay, so when the day comes and all hell breaks loose, the elect are going to be immune to the judgment that you people are going to face. We're the ones who are complaining constantly about the evils in this society. And because we complain, people look at us as being negative. We're not negative. Being positive in a wicked society is negative. Okay? We're just trying to see things go right side up, because right now Esau has turned everything upside down. This is not the time for Israel to be in that happy-go-lucky spirit. You should be angry. If you knew how great you were at one time, you'd be angry. A lot of you Israelites aren't angry because you have no idea of your great history and where you've come from. You think you was in Africa, okay, walking around butt naked. No, that is not our culture. We had Israelites who fell into that Hamitic crap, but we have a beautiful culture, man. We have a lovely culture. But we complain, we sigh and we cry being in this society, though, because this ain't our rest. We can't even be who we are, man. What kind of person would thrive not being able to be who they are? That would suck, man. Truly, that would suck. Like a lot of you in the closet homosexuals, you sodomites out there, I guess you could understand, because a lot of you being in the closet, a lot of you don't really want to be who you are. Well, we're like that in righteousness. We can't even be who we are, man. We have to kind of be somewhat discreet. Okay, we have to be Clark Kent. But at the same time, we're not fake about who we are, though. Okay? Although we have to kind of, work our way through this world, dealing with this Edomite kingdom, people still know, like, man, there's something different with you. There's something about you that's different than everybody else. So even through our discretion, we still in the spirit at all times, man. But we're going to rejoice soon enough. Right now, we're sighing and complaining, the elect. The rest of the world, they're in that happy-go-lucky spirit. Okay? They're into playing NBA 2K all day long, blasting a whole bunch of garbage music all day long, committing adultery all day long, eating abominable foods all day long, calling themselves by these bywords all day long. It's just stupid, man. And it's time for us to be delivered. That's why we complain so much. And the Lord said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and cry, for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. So we're complaining right now. The men of the Lord. Why? Because this is not our rest right now. This is not the time for us to be comfortable. All right? If you're living in a big old house and your credit's good, your finances are well off, you can buy any car you want, you can get damn near any woman you want, you may not be a man of the Lord. Okay? Does that mean a man of the Lord can't have things? Yes. You had rich men in the Bible who were men of the Lord. Okay? But the difference right now, we're under this captivity of confusion. This place has totally destroyed you and told you to be wicked to prosper. So the thing is about today's society, a lot of times in order to prosper, you do have to be wicked. You have to have some sense of wickedness to you to really, really be comfortable in this society. But, this ain't the time for Israel to be rejoicing. Long story short, man. You know what I'm saying? So, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Kahala Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, and Shalom.